It's like the dream of a lifetime. You know, I have dreamt of being not just a villain, but like a Batman villain since I was so small, since I started watching movies. You know, I'd auditioned for like a lot of superhero stuff, and nobody really was biting. But looking back on those, like, you know, it's sort of everything happens for a reason. Like I felt so connected to this character, and everyone, you know, all those other opportunities that I was maybe up for, like they weren't as good of a fit, maybe. And the people that got those did such brilliant work, and like you're kind of just meant to, like the roles are pieces of like film or television or theater or books even are hopefully can help someone because they're like not your specific story, and sometimes because they're larger than life, it like allows for this like sneaky thing that can happen where you can lose yourself and maybe feel things within this world that you maybe can't access in your own life because we have whatever preconceived notions about ourselves and others. And so, you know, I think that's one of the things that's really magical about, I don't know, entertainment. And I mean, that sounds crazy, but like, you know, things that really move you and affect you and allow you to expand your mind and your heart because you're following someone else's story. I've never worked with him, and I'm such a huge fan of his, but to also feel that was so special. And I gotta say, and this is not just lip service, I felt this with everyone in this cast. You know, Dee Dee, who I've been a huge admirer of, Renzi, Michael Kelly, like, you know, there were so many people who I'd always watched their work and had loved it, and I felt like such a crackle with them because the writing is so good and because this cast is so good, but also people are really like care about what they're doing. But Colin is a delight. I mean, he's like such an incredible actor and so game and so present, and like that was I think, you know, we're very different, but she has eventually a level of fearlessness and just is very direct. And I think I tried to take a little bit of that home with me. You know, she's like straight to the point. She doesn't want to like small talk. She sees through everyone's BS, you know? And I think a little bit of that rubbed off on me in a good way that I think I'm still trying to hold on to. And as far as like, you know, we were just having a discussion downstairs, and Lauren said this thing that it's one of the many reasons why I'm so in awe of her, but and we're very kindred in this way, is that when we were little, we would watch movies and we would pretend to be the male characters. And, you know, that just was like so succinctly, it was like someone reading my journal or something, and I was like, yes, it's that. It's that like I pretended to be the Riddler, or like I pretended to be Beetlejuice, or I pretended like, you know, and I think that, or my hope is that like the characters in this, like Francis and Sophia, you know, they are just as multifaceted and complicated and compelling and like fabulous and twisted, and that if I'd like seen that, I would want to be
evolving, you know, these characters, these villains. I'm curious if there's plans to bring in other Batman villains. I know that a lot of fans are anticipating maybe the Court of the Owls in an upcoming Batman film. Could we see something like that
for a series or for the movie?
for the movie?
We can't comment on the movie because we're going to be doing the movie, and then you'd know what movie we're doing, and we're not going to say that yet. But as far as what you're talking about with other, you know, that was what we're excited about to do with HBO, is that it's an opportunity, because these movies are so focused on Batman and his point of view. We are and have been talking to and are excited about the possibility of trying to find, in the same way that we did, you know, we've done the Batman, we've got the Penguin, the idea of doing more shows where we can dig into the origins of these characters and do a similar thing where you can delve into the depth of who these characters are in a way that's compelling, and then sort of see them in their origins coming into being in a way that then brings them back into the world of Batman.
Somebody we love, and this character, there's so much more story to do around him. We'd be so lucky to do a second season of the Penguin, but also what, you know, we have in store and what Matt's writing for the second movie, and the places that, you know, the Penguin fits into that is, you know, exciting. It's not necessary that you have to watch the series to understand the character in the movies, but it just informs it and informs the story, and informs what Batman is